Hey Cancers, this is Sage Wisdom, and I'm here to do your reading for today. So I'm going to start with my prayer, and then I'm going to go into the overall energy, and I'm going to your spread, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, God, for this opportunity to read for the sun sign of Cancer, but we're looking at Moon, Rising, and Venus also. We also welcome the cross watchers. Ask for divine and angelic assistance, and ask them for messages that's only in light and love. So anything that's not in light or in love, we dismiss the energy right now. I'm calling my spiritual team for assistance into the higher knowledge, into the higher space. My ancestors, my spirit guides. Thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay. Cancer. So your overall energy is you guys are focused on your money, your daily routine, your values, and um, your mental state of mind, which is basically your basic needs. Okay. Right now is this energy where it feels like uh, a temporary setback, like something disrupted what normally is, and it's interfering with your patience with the situation, and some type of deception going on, whether it's on your part or another person's part, and you're trying to figure out, how do I get back to wish fulfillment? How do I get back on track, right? Spirit is saying in order to get back on track, you have to do some type of introspection. You have to do some type of inner reflection. So it's like you need to search for yourself. You're on a spiritual quest to kind of search for yourself. And you do this through meditation by taking a retreat from the outside world to go do the inner work from within, is what Spirit is saying. This is going to relieve a lot of your anxiety that you may be feeling, like if you guys are suffering like from sleep loss, where you're not be able to sleep, or if you're overreacting to a situation or you feel overwhelmed, it's because it's guilt and regret that's kind of simmering in your spirit, and it needs to be healed. And time will heal the wounds, but you need to pull back and do the spiritual work. For some of you, you may need assistance with this, so you may need to seek help: spiritual counselor, marriage, family counselor, some type of a pastor, or a friend, somebody that can help you see the bigger picture. Like somebody's going to help you be successful in moving out of this phase where you're feeling disrupted and feeling like deceived, or you feeling envious, or you feeling like the mental stress of things, or you feel like your needs aren't being met. You may need assistance along the way. So this is the overall energy for this reading. Now, see, I hate when I have the cards so close together. Okay, yeah, this is it. All right, so to start with the situation, again, you guys are feeling like a lot of anxiety. I don't know if it's a feeling you feeling rejected, you're feeling lonely, like maybe you're not close with your loved one right now, or maybe just feeling undervalued, like people aren't appreciating you enough, or you just have some type of regret about some situation. Maybe just feel mentally drained from everything that's going on. Okay, but you're stuck in your head. It's causing stress and anxiety in your life. Okay, that is the Nine of Swords. Next to the Judgment, where it talks about they want you guys to start choosing a path that's more in line with your talents. You got a little off kilter for a minute. And for others of you, they want you to be less judgmental of yourself, like you're judging yourself too harshly, or others. You judge another situation or another person in your life is too harshly. Okay. They want you to focus on more mutual affection, collaborate more with people, and enjoying your relationships with people. Okay. What's in motion right now that's going to bring you success is what they're asking. So instead of being stuck in this energy, kind of have like a more positive energy about, okay, things aren't working out just yet how I want, but the wheel of fortune, what's in motion to make things more successful in terms of my love life, in terms of how I'm viewing the situation, how I'm viewing others around me. You know what I'm saying? So instead of thinking negatively about a situation, that's a Judgment card. Think more of, how can I bring more collaboration, or how can I combine resources to make my needs met more? You know what I'm saying? It's that type of energy. And what they're saying, in order to do this, sometimes you have to take a break and pull back and go within. We call that going in hermit mode. When you're going within to spend time alone, to soul search, okay? Because the spirit is saying trust the universe and ancient wisdom. It's this energy where it feels like a lover or a past lover is kind of sending negative energy your way, like on purpose. I'm not quite sure why, and I can dig a little into that. I think I want to. Why is this lover for some of the cancers out there sending negative energy their way? It's an ex partner is what they're saying, sending negative energy your way, or they're doing some kind of they wishing bad or wanting to cause harm to you. What is this spirit? Show me what's going on with that partner with Cancer. I mean, if this is not for everybody, but if that's the case for you, where you have a ex that's kind of showing negative energy, it's like they know they're wrong in that, but they really just kind of miss you, or they feel like, like they missed out on something with you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're really just missing you. They're thinking about the last time that you were together and that type thing. And just be aware. Sometimes is people from our past that may be wishing bad on us. So you have to always protect your soul, protect your spirit by putting those protectors up, like the white light and love that's around you. Only inviting energies of light and love. Anything that's not in light and love, you dismiss the energy. Just like I said at the beginning when I said the prayer, because it's always going to be people that's on your team that's wishing the best for you, and it's always going to be those people that aren't on your team for whatever reason, and they are wishing the worst for you. So just make sure when you start your day that you start with a cleansing prayer, releasing all lower energies and sending those energies back to sender, so that it's not interfering with your mind. So that's not a part of this Nine of Swords. You don't want other energies, because sometimes I feel it's not all yours, it's other people's energies that they're sending your way due to jealousy, heartbreak, wanting you back, missing you. There's different reasons why people do things like that. But just, clear it out, lock it out. So, you can even put that person in the light and ask God to hold them in a different space. So you don't have to send negative energy back to them, but you can just put them in a light and hold them somewhere else until they get right. Because you don't need all that when you're trying to align yourself with your goals and what it is that you want to do, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. So really, as far as the person with the ex-lover or the lover that's sending in negative energies, because they miss you and maybe you're not there and they're feeling lonely and they kind of throwing that energy at you, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. All right, so now let's look at the energy that is around you, Cancer. You got the Hangman, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and you have the King of Cups. Okay, I think I need a bigger table. Hold on one second. Move these cards off. Spirit is saying, okay, remember I was just saying about whoever that ex of yours is, or current lover, or somebody you're taking a break from, that's sending negative energy to you. They just miss you and they feel like they want you to come back to them. Is what that is. That's separate from this, but it's not really separate. They're saying that person needs to release control or get out of their ego, is what they're saying. Or maybe it's you. Sometimes the roles can be reversed. Maybe somebody you're missing is kind of like you're thinking on the heart, you're kind of mad, is, what I'm saying, in your head about it, but it's what it is. Somebody changed their mind about you, or you changed your mind about somebody, and it's like, that's just where you at right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but the problem is, I'll get clarity on this, because we have the Hangman, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. And it's basically saying it's somebody that misses you. But the person that misses you is kind of throwing negative energy your way. That's the Hangman. Spirit is saying that person needs to release their control or their ego, because whatever it is an unhealthy habit or desire. And they're trying to consume and control you instead of face the truth about a situation. That's the first thing. This could be more than one storyline, which I kind of feel like it is. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles with the King of Cups. Okay. And the Knight of Pentacles with the King of Cups is talking about, the Knight of Pentacles is the loyal partner. So that's showing like, the love that they have for you. The King of Cups is showing a romantic partner. So the person that's missing you romantically, it feels like. That's what it feels like to me. And they're discontented and bored. They feel like uninspired and They're just, they kind of like reassessing the situation, maybe want you to come back, and they're looking at all the obstacles as in a way of you coming back to them. So right now is like that person is in their ego, and they're aware of this. They're aware that they're in an ego. Okay, show me more, spirit. Yeah, they're in like a lower energy right now. It's the devil card here, which is talking about downfall, stagnation, self-imposed, being dishonest, or what I'm saying, some type of addiction. It's somebody that's in negative energy. They feel uninspired, they're bored, they're missing you. They feel like there's a lot of obstacles in a way. It was a lot of pain that was caused. Spirit is saying that time is over for some of you. This is what was. And now it's like having mental clarity and a breakthrough about how to get back to you. You know what I'm saying? So, and enjoying quality time together. Interesting. That's what it is. All right. So basically, you have a ex-lover or a past lover or current lover that you're maybe not in connection with now, that it was an unhealthy relationship and they kind of consumed you, kind of controlled you. You face the truth about it. That person is feeling discontented as a result, where they're more self-absorbed in their, maybe they reassess the situation. Maybe you are reassessing the situation. They were like a loyal partner. It was a good partner with the Knight of Pentacles, very patient, but it was a lot of negative energy around the relationship. Like somebody was maybe dishonest. It was a lot of pain. The person, like, got stabbed. You got stabbed in the back. That person got stabbed in the back. But they're saying the worst is over now. This is something that happened. So now you're reaching new heights. So at first it was a Knight of Pentacles, where it was just like, it was a break that you had for them, where you had to be patient. Now it's in King of Cups, where it's showing like the romance is coming back. It's showing like a breakthrough coming through. You're having more clarity and more is energy where things can be better. Okay, so let's keep going. Where you can enjoy quality time together. The thing is, when you were in that mode where you had to be more patient with this person, when you stop trying to solve the problem with this Nine of Swords, where you worried everything, you stop trying to solve the problem through human means, you allow the universe to step in, and that's when things became a little bit more clear, is what they're saying. Okay, and you got more clear on what you wanted. Let me keep going. Let me see what else is happening with you, Cancer. You have the Four of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Cups. And yeah, it's this energy where God's saying, be still. That God's fighting your battles right now. So time is fluid. So for some of you, this has already happened and you're entering the phase where you enter in the more romantic aspect of it. And for others of you, it's still in the like being patient and allowing God to fight these battles. And make sure that you're restraining from sending negative energy that way. Okay, so if this cross watcher and you do that to Cancer, they're saying be patient, God is, and stop sending negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Just wait. You know what I'm talking about? If it's Cancer, you stop doing that, because stuff is not what things aren't where you want it to be now, but it can be. But just be patient. It may not be exactly at the, let me show you, King of Cups love right now, like the romantic love right now, but it's about to be there. You might still be in a Knight of Pentacles phase where you feel like things are slow moving and you're not getting what you want, but it will reach here. But it's some obstacles. It's working itself out. So stop trying to solve the problem. Allow the obstacles to work themselves out. And the way the obstacles work themselves out is through your quiet time. Sometimes it's nothing we can physically do on a human level. Sometimes what we do spiritually and emotionally within ourselves that heals the situation, because it allows us time to think about what went on, like, in our role in it. Like I feel like I was just saying this with Scorpio. Sometimes our role, like, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? Who do I owe an apology? How can I make this right? You know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. So it's like the phase where you're in hermit mode, kind of going inward to kind of contemplate how to get back to where you want to be. And what they're saying is when you're thinking that way, they want you to think like, live for your own sake. Live for you. Don't live for what other people want of you, from you. What would make you happy? Okay? And I feel like the truth for a lot of you, will make you happy is being with that person. And if you can be honest about this, you can make that become a reality and take practical steps to do that, is what they're saying. So the question you ask yourself is, what makes me feel good? What makes me feel good in this moment? Like, what do I need to focus my attention on that makes me feel good? And then the thing that's fulfilling to you, you do more of that, and then you're not off kilter. So you become off kilter when you get out of alignment with your desires and you start putting action towards things that's not desirable because maybe you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. Maybe you feel like that's just how it's supposed to be. Where you know, if you back in alignment with who you are and what you want, and you being truthful about that, you have a better experience, is what they're saying. Okay. So if you see you and that person being together in your future, that's what you align yourself with, and that's what you work towards. So you got the 4 wands, 7 of cups, 4 cups. So the 4 wands talking about being happy and comfortable. It's talking about being content in your home life, having success and harmony and stability. It's also, the 4 wands is the 1111 card, which is twin flames, which is soulmate type energy, love card right here. The 7 of cups is here. It's talking about indulging in what it is that you want, but examining your choices too. You know what I'm saying? So when you feel like you're off kilter, is not what you want, you can examine that so you can get yourself back on track. And then the 4 of cups is like the withdrawal card or indifference. So the fours. Okay, so some of you at this phase may be in a season of being withdrawn from the person you love, and this is where you want to be. The 4 wands, being content with that person. It's some things that has to be worked out in a love relationship to get it to this healthy point. And the way to get your relationship to this healthy point is by withdrawing. To get clear on your emotions and where you stand right now. Once you get clear, you can have your action, your passion, and your fire back in your romance and your love. So if you look in the future and you feel like you see you and your partner together, probably is what it is. But if you look into your future and you see confusion or all these options, you probably gonna be stuck in a withdrawal mode. So focus on what it is that you want, is what they're saying. That's what Spirit is saying. Focus on what you want and be patient. So that the Knight of Pentacles, being patient with yourself in order to reach this emotional stability or this kind of romantic love that you're looking for. But right now, some of you are like suspended in time and you're trying to figure out, what you want to do. And that's why there's this confusion here. So it's okay to be confused, and it's okay to even be withdrawn right now as you figure out your emotions to get you back on track with what it is you desire. So just be patient with yourself and release your ego, release your control, release that negative energy, release that fear, release, even like sending negative energy to your partner. That's immature. Just be aware of where you at, and then be aware of what you want and focus on what you want. Don't focus on what's going wrong or what you don't want. And God is saying, if you can get still, go into that meditative hermit mode, He will fight the battles. But you have to be honest with yourself, honest with God when you're in prayer, meditation, about what it is that you want. What makes you feel good? What do you want to become reality, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, so then I'll look at what's testing the situation for you, Cancer. What's testing the situation for Cancer is the lesson here for you, Cancer, is being true to yourself. Being true to yourself about how you feel and what you want. Okay, it is about healing. So once you figure out what you want, allowing your heart to heal, and allowing peace to enter, allow yourself to be balanced in your desires and what it is that you want. Okay, because let me see, and I'm gonna clarify Temperance and the 8 of Cups. You got Temperance, 8 of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Okay, they said with patience and consistency, you'll see success. You'll see results from your effort. So that's why it's important to avoid the ego and to add peace to the situation in order to get to reach where you want to reach. It's something that you walked away from in the past, which is the 8 of Cups here, in terms of love, or something where you had to cut your losses. It could be in terms of a job or something too for you. But Spirit is saying during that time, you were immature. You wasn't ready for everything. It was more detail, more study, or more something else that needed to be focused on at that time. Okay. So that means it was more you had to learn. You had to expand on some things. You have to focus on like what your priorities were, and then your spirit guides will also leading you. So when you're going through this process of trying to figure out the next steps and what it is you truly want, look at what benefits you, and look at love. Look at love in this. You know what I'm saying? Do everything you do, it should be done for love. Don't do things out of responsibility or, like self-sacrificing reasons just to make somebody else happy. Do it for love. Whatever you do it for love is what they're saying. And that's what's going to bring balance to you. The issue is you can't change the past. You can only learn from the past. So having anxiety about what happened and then project that to your future just keeps you stuck, is what they're saying, because no amount of anxiety can change what happened in the past. What you can do is get clear on what you want and nurture that energy, that passion, that love, that drive, and push that energy for future reference. This is how I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lesson about being true to self. It's a lesson in enlightenment and connecting us to our higher selves. Getting clear on what we want. When we're off balance, that's that inability to like learn, or we're blocking something off, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, clarify the Eight of Cups and Eight of Swords. Yeah, Spirit is saying that you can have this happy relationship. You can have a sense of satisfaction. You can have a good fortune and a feeling of like harmony and gratitude and being aligned with your goals and your dreams. But you have to stay in tune with who you are and stay in tune with nature. So maybe sometimes going outside, taking walks, and just having that solitude to reflect on and be grateful for experiences and knowing how to release certain thoughts and feelings that's no longer serving you in terms of love, or how you judge yourself in terms of a love situation, and just realize that things are changing. Like, we're always changing as we learn and grow. The wheel is always turning, and it can turn to our favor at any point as soon as we connect in those right spots. You know what I'm saying? And be truthful with what we want. We can start to experience life differently, is what they're saying. Yeah. So if you're feeling imbalanced, or you feel like you're not getting what you want, or you feeling like something is one-sided, whether it's coming from you or the other party, you have to make some adjustments somewhere to figure out, okay, let me be true to myself. Let me be true to my heart. What is it that I want? You know what I'm saying? What is it that I want? Give me one more card for what's testing this for Cancer. Yeah, it's going to require courage on your part, Cancer, because you're going to have patience, but you also have to be willing to take action and do what you got to do. You're going to have to subdue your inner demons. You have to subdue this fear, your negative self-talk, and that negative energy that you could be throwing, or the negative energy that you're picking up on from like regrets or sorrows about things in the past. So when things don't work out, just look at it like a temporary setback. Okay. At that time, I wasn't getting my needs met. Stuff wasn't flowing the way I wanted to flow. But now I have the courage to look at it, the power to take action and do what I need to do, and the patience to watch what I want, what I'm trying to manifest, unfold. So it's a ideal of subduing the inner demons so that you can heal and you can move back into this with less anxiety and higher self-esteem and more truth, and be more balanced in how you approach the situation, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. That's just what Spirit is saying. Okay, let's see aspects of this energy. Hold on. Whew. Okay, Cancer. All my water signs were like, reads were deep, but I should understand that waters run deep, huh? So this is about being true to self, is what Spirit is saying. Being true to self. I gotta remember that, because I think that's going to be your title. Let me write that down. Be true to yourself is your title. Be true to self. Okay. All right, Cancer. So we have the Hierophant here, we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So here we're talking about, some of you are thinking about love and about relationships, and expanding or making the relationship deeper or more committed, or being more, more structured, more traditional. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the Nine of Wands here, where it's talking about resolving the conflicts that you have been experiencing with your partner. Spirit is also saying the worst is over. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you've been through a battle. Yes, you've been bruised, but you stood your ground. And standing your ground, it wasn't like being rigid and whatever. It was like actually having to be more courageous and understand it from a bigger perspective, like seeing your wrongs in it, and then seeing what you want, which is most likely them, and then having the courage to work towards that. You know what I'm saying? Put energy, effort towards that. So clarify this. A lot of you, it was becoming content within yourself to realize that you could do this with or without your partner. Okay. But I think in going through this, you realize that you want to do this with your partner. Yeah, that's what I feel like it is. Clarify. Hierophant, 9 of Wands, and 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So whatever this phase was that you went through, this phase was all this conflict and deceitful energy and negative energy and the burdens and responsibility, all that stuff, worried about what people think, that's over now. You've completed that cycle. And part of completing that cycle took you being on your own. Like it was necessary, like being in hermit mode. And like I said, it depends on where you at in this story, because you can be at different points in the story. But if you're not already here, if you're still in hermit mode and you're getting yourself together and you're like, what I'm saying, just by yourself, they're saying keep fighting a good fight, because they're saying you are resolving the challenges and the conflict within the relationship. Because sometimes the challenge and the conflict doesn't have anything to do with the other person and more to do with you, and you getting clearer on what you want is what they're saying. And a lot of what you want is really the traditional committed long-term relationship thing. So they're saying that this to this conclusion soon, if you haven't already, where you're going to see the rewards for your efforts. You're going to reconcile with somebody, all that deceitful energy, all that burden stuff, that stuff is going to fall off, is what they're saying. Because that was more so your ego. That was you and your ego self, and it was some business that you needed to handle, some negative emotions that you needed to work through, some anxiety or anger that was still coming up to the surface that needed to be dealt with. Because when that stuff comes up, that means it needs to be dealt with. And sometimes it's best to deal with it individually in hermit mode, because a lot of times it has nothing to do with other partners, more to do with us. And a lot of times our partner is our mirror, and they make us see us for what we truly are. And then they do have to leave some time and make us understand. So maybe some of you are in separation. Maybe some of you are married, but you separated from your partner. You fighting a good fight right now to get back to where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of moodiness, a lot of irritation, a lot of stress, and there's a lot of dramatics in the relationship. Spirit said, if it haven't happened already, expect changes within the next few days. Okay, but if you approach this situation gently instead of like head on all strong and arguing, you'll get more. Is what Spirit is saying. Okay. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Cancer. Let's look at the outcome based on the current energy. Okay. So you have the Justice card. You have the 9 of Cups. And you have the Page of Wands. Spirit is saying, tread lightly, because you're trying to heal from a broken heart. They're trying to heal from a broken heart. You both need to heal. And the universe is protecting you. And just, be prepared to face battle. Be prepared to hear some things you don't want to hear, but this is all part of the healing process and getting you to where you want to be. The truth is a lot of passion still burning between you two, and it's pushing you into a new phase so you can start a new journey with this person. Okay. And you have energy where it's focused on like universe trying to push you in a different direction with your career too. Clarify the 10th house. Oh, wow. Look at this. Hold on, let me see. One more. Okay. Okay. So first off, let me just say this. Universe is bringing balance back to the situation with the Justice card. where it's seeking fairness. So it's like retribution on both ends. So it's going to be like parts that you have to apologize for, parts that they have to apologize for, or maybe just a mutual understanding between you two regarding love and like contentment within your love situation. The key is being honest about what you want, and bringing that passion back, like how it was when you initially met, and whatever it was the spark that got you two together. Okay, so what came out that made me say wow was the Empress and the Emperor, which represents twin flames. So remember I had the 4 cards, the 11 4 wands, that this is twin flame. Whoever this is your soulmate or twin flame, because these 2 cards came out together, and it's talking about balancing your energies together. It's like it's showing like the stable foundation of the relationship, and it's showing like the nurturing aspect of it. It's showing that you two are grounded now. The thing is, when you're working with the Emperor and the Empress, which is like the masculine and feminine, like a twin flame relationship, it's energies that's always going to be outside of you, that's trying to cause harm to the connection. Could be ex person, or just other people that's jealous of the connection that would try to throw hate. That's why it's important to put the protection around your love. If you when you're in meditation and you're thinking about the person that you're in love with, who you're trying to be with, imagine you and them in a white light energy that's protecting you from all lower energies, that's helping to raise your vibrations. Because sometimes I feel like it's energies from outside that don't want this union to be together, because together you guys are going to accomplish a lot of great things. So you're recovering from the conflict that was in this relationship that most likely was caused from outside resources, third party situations, family members, friends, ex-lovers, because they just, and not necessarily because they want to be with you or want to spend time with you, they just don't want to see together. So it's important that you defend your territory and you protect your territory with you and your loved one. Okay, you gotta protect what's yours, and that's just how it is. Let me see something. I need to clarify something real quick for the Cancers. Yeah, they're saying things are going to start to work out within the next few days. And this energy of regret and sorrow towards the situation, or maybe even jealousy towards something, like having low self-esteem or just feeling possessive, that energy is going to kind of dissipate, because they feel like, okay, that energy is coming from you, but it's because you were disconnected from source energy, and you wasn't completely protecting your connection. And a lot of that energy people put on you, or put things in your head about your relationship with the person, your connection to the person. So just be weary of that, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. A lot of you are getting the romance back in your relationship, or you will get the romance back, where you're going to start to feel emotionally fulfilled again. A great sexual connection is what Spirit is saying, but it's something with the sacral chakra, which is the second chakra up, that was blocked. That's what was causing some of that jealousy and that guilt and that possessiveness and that shame. Clarify, Spirit, what's the highest message right now for Cancer? Okay, so what they're saying is, yeah, focus on staying positive and working through your differences. Okay, that's the energy. Focus on staying positive about where your relationship is going. The Page of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles, working through your differences. Okay, all that bickering and things like that, where all that bickering and feeling like you not getting what you want from a relationship, or all that energy, they want you to rise above that. It's like rise above the adversity so that you can heal. Okay. They want you to keep your relationship grounded in what's real between you and your partner, not what other people say or other people's opinion about the connection that you two share. Okay. They want you to keep yourself grounded in the reality of what you want from your partner. And that's when the passion is going to come back. Ace of Wands. That's when you're going to start to feel the passion again. A new joy. Is like starting over from the beginning, like how you felt initially towards your partner, before you let all these outside energies and entity affect how your relationship went. Because when you allow all that energy, you allow negativity to, it's like, let's say if you're a man, let's just make a man, a masculine person. Okay, a masculine figure. You have a house, and let's say you have a house, you have a spouse, and you have kids. And you protect your house and spouse and kids. You know what I'm saying? You make sure you got alarm system. You know what I'm saying? You're the protector of that. So you're making sure they're physically safe. It's the same thing with being spiritually safe. You need to protect your spiritual energy, the spiritual energy around your relationship, the emotional connection that you have with your partner. Don't let outsiders bring their negative energy or try to put doubt in your head about your partner, and vice versa. So you need to pray on your relationship to make sure it's secure, it's protected from lower energies, is what they're saying. Because there's a lot of people that wants to cause conflict between you and your person just for the sake of it being such a strong and good connection. So Spirit is saying there is hope for the future. Things are going to improve. Things are improving now. Is going to have more stability in terms of like your family life and your future. Okay, is what they're saying. But they want you to be wary of negative energy or people speaking negativity into your relationship. Like it sometimes it's harmless. It can be like a parent just being overprotective, like, oh, why was he or she talking to you like that? Like talking about your spouse. And then you shouldn't let them do that. And then it makes you say, yeah, he shouldn't be doing that, or she shouldn't be doing that. And then you start arguing with your spouse. It's like that type thing. And people could be doing it innocently, or they could be doing it on purpose because maybe they're lonely, or maybe they want the person, the person who's telling that they want your attention more. Okay, so you can have happiness, you can rebuild, is what they're saying, and it could be you rebuilding where it's something more rewarding than what it was before. Okay, that's what they're saying. Okay, let's get some advice for Cancer in this reading. Okay, Spirit, give me some advice for this reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's the highest message for Cancer at this time? Cancer. What's the highest message for Cancer at this time, Spirit? Thank you, God, for the opportunity. Because every time I did it, a whole bunch of cards came out. Now I'm going to take them all because I did it 3 times and too many flipped over. It's saying that there are barriers put in place on purpose, and when those barriers like present itself where you feel like you stuck, like you're hitting your head against the wall, seek seclusion, go within and do the soul searching. And the answers you will find within on how to handle it, not from outside advice from people. You're still learning. This is a process, but as you learn, make sure you always respect your partner and you understand what their intentions are, and then that you two are always growing together. So it's about being kind, being respectful, being loving. That's the energy, and not allowing that lower energy to permeate the structure of your relationship, because they're saying that this relationship can be or is built on a strong foundation. But if you allow people to keep taking a little hammer and chip at your foundation, eventually the foundation is going to become weak. So you need to protect your foundation, is what they're saying. Okay, so never like be so judgmental or harsh where you're not allowing your partner to speak or explain their side or blocking them out. Be compassionate towards them, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? When you feel stuck or you feel irritated, you feel trapped, instead of responding, just breathe. Release your fears, because it's like this is a workable situation. It's just little minor temporary setbacks, is what they're saying. Is different ways of handling a situation to move towards progress. Okay, is what they're saying. So you may have had some temporary setbacks where you guys feel like you want to get your basic needs met, where it was affecting your mental, or it was affecting the routine, but that's temporary. Always go into hermit mode when you feel yourself get anxious, or seek help. It could be marriage counselor or spiritual counselor, or somebody to kind of help you work through some of this energy. Don't allow other people's fears to infringe on your relationship. You know what I'm saying? If you have something strong and solid, work with that and move forward. Okay. A little bit more advice before we close out for Cancer, just before I close it out. Highest message for Cancers at this time. They want you to work on your heart chakra. You know what I'm saying? Healing your heart, healing from the past. That's this chakra right here. So keeping that clear, keeping your connection strong, focusing on compassion and love. That's how you heal it. Your crown chakra, which is the crown chakra, which is here, your connection to source. So whenever you do feel out of alignment or stressed about the connection, or people are adding stress, you need to disconnect from the outside world and go within and do the soul search and connect from your self to like higher energy. You know what I'm saying? That's your crown chakra. And then It is soften your heart towards the situation, is what Spirit is saying. Anything more for Cancer as we close it out? Yeah. Anything more for Cancer? Yeah. That's how you deal with the heartache and loss, is what they're saying. That's how you deal with the heartache and loss, is going within and doing the work, the spiritual work for yourself. Listen to your higher energy, not listen to negative energy from family, friends, and things like that. And always being compassionate towards what your person, what your lover is wanting, what they're needing at this time. Be open and receptive to their needs. And that's it. All right, Cancer. Let me know if it's resonate. Light and love. Until next time.